Well, when we talk about media freedoms and the environment where journalists work nowadays in Western Balkan states, my vision for 2030 is actually to have more, to actually have freer media and to have safer environment for journalists, either when they're reporting and also when they're investigating to build their stories, to find out where is the corruption, if politicians are connected with mafia and all other aspects of their job. I think that it's really important that in the next 10 years, when we reach 2030, to have an environment that will be not maybe completely different, but to be much better than it is nowadays in all Western Balkan states.
Okay, so how is it today in the Western Balkans?
Today in Western Balkan states, according to many reports, having in mind reports made by Reporters Without Borders and also by some other freedom indexes, we see that there is a huge decrease in media freedoms in all Western Balkan states. Not only that we see those data in reports, but we also can see how it actually is on the ground. I'm coming from Serbia, and today journalists in Serbia are facing not only that they're exposed to threats by some government officials, also but some people coming from mafia, from underground. They are also exposed to the political and even more to financial pressure. The situation today is much different than it was in 90s under Slobodan Milošević regime, when newspaper offices were closed, when radio stations were turned off. Today, situation is a bit different. That journalists and media, they are both facing financial pressure. So we have the situation that if you're not reporting in line with the government, you won't have ads, and you actually depend on advertisers, and they don't want to come to you because they're afraid that they will have more inspections or that they will have problems with the government. So the pressure nowadays is much different than it used to be in 90s. You cannot see it as clear as it was before. And also there is not only pressure that comes in terms of finance and like political pressure, but journalists are facing serious verbal threats, and they're facing even physical attacks. One of Serbian journalists, he's reporting on some local topics. He was actually almost killed by few people, and that event actually was organized by a member of ruling party, and even like almost a year passed, not a year but several months passed when that happened. We don't see any prosecution, and like judiciary, they're not doing their job, and that's a clear message that the government actually sends to the journalists. You can have impression that you're free to do your job, but actually at the end of the day you're not free to do your job, and I think that is the thing we all need to work on to change in coming years. As almost all Western Balkan states are on in their pre-accession talks, or they're about to start their negotiations for getting membership in the European Union, I think that the EU must take more active role when it comes to media freedoms and creating safer environment for journalists, what was not the case in previous years. And I think that media freedoms must be put as on top priority on the list when we talk about pre-accession period, with Western Balkan states, and knowing that there is no democracy without free media, I think that none of the Western Balkan states wouldn't be possible to become member of the EU if they don't work and don't put much more effort in building safer environment to have independent and professional reporting and investigating.